In this particular stream, we're going to talk about how the music industry continues to collect souls. It's an utter soul factory. You got these rappers dying younger and younger. They're dying more frequently. The words that come out of their mouths are causing death, pain, destruction. That's right. In this live stream, we're going to talk about the power of words. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about the spirits that go with a lot of this music, the incantations and spells that go along with a lot of this music that you're hearing. And, you know, I find this more than necessary because as a musician myself, I've been there. It was once upon a time where I made violent music, where I made music that initiated chaos, essentially. You know, when I first began making music, and I'm just going to be a testament and tell you, look, the type of energy you put out is what you're going to get back when it comes to music. And it's a reason behind that. There's multiple spiritual reasons behind that. And I can distinctly remember going through a lot of troubles, having a lot of negative attention, near-death experiences, situations where my livelihood would have been taken from me. So when I speak about this subject, it's really to enlighten all you talented brothers and sisters out there who want to be a part of that industry. That industry is a monster. That industry will chew you up and spit you out, and it's undefeated. Satan is totally undefeated when it comes to collecting souls through the music industry. And you got to understand the type of rituals these people got to go through. You got to understand what happens. You got to understand how their soul gets compromised and how they're stricken to demons. You understand how they get tricked, how they fall into a disillusion or illusion rather, that they're in control of their own destiny. When Satan comes to collect every single time, it never fails. My whole goal in this video is to enlighten people who are interested in making music. All right. Now, first and foremost, we got to talk about King Von. Here we go. Atlanta police charge suspect in fatal shooting of Chicago rapper King Von. A Savannah man has been charged in a fatal shooting of Chicago rapper King Von in Atlanta on Friday morning. Timothy Leaks, 22 years old, was charged with murder after the Atlanta Police Department secured warrants on Saturday, police confirmed to USA Today. King Von, 26 years old, whose real name is Devon Burnett, was shot around 3:20 a.m. Friday during an argument between two groups of men that escalated to gunfire. According to a statement provided by officers Steve Avery with the Atlanta Police Department, Bennett was taken to an area hospital where he died. The incident took place outside Monaco Hookah Lounge, where two off-duty officers were in uniform and working an extra job at the lounge. Along with an off-duty officer was patrolling nearby, confronting the arguing group. Shots were fired, police said. Now, check this out. Picture this. You living in a day and age where you could be at a lounge, where it's off-duty police officers, where it's security guards, and somebody could still run up on you and shoot you point blank range and kill you. That's the times we living in. So I'm saying that to say, look, there's no rules. There's no rules on the streets. There's no protection for you but the Most High God. That's why you got to be spiritually right out in these streets. Because if you thinking security guards can save you, if you thinking the police can save you, you're sadly mistaken. If you don't got your soul right and you don't got those guardian angels on post, then the Reaper can come and collect, but don't get it twisted. The Most High God says when it's time to give up the ghost. When it's time to go, ain't nothing gonna stop it if it's your time. But it's safe to say that these young brothers are dying prematurely. And I want to talk about why. Because I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this, and I'm not going to turn this young man into a martyr. I'm going to be critical on this young man and how he lived. Reason being, because if you pay attention to how someone lived, you can gain a learning experience from that person's life, the mistakes that they have made. Give you an example. Mainstream Christianity is always talking about Christ and how he died. He died for our sins. He died. His blood was shed on Calvary. He died. But they fail to talk about how he lived. You understand where the lesson to be learned from Christ is not about how he died. It's about how he lived. So when you see these young men prematurely killed, violently taken out, you got to look at what happened in their lives. You got to look at the type of message that they were putting out, the type of energy that they was creating. Because when you listen to a rap song and that rap song has violent lyrics in it and that bass starts beating, that provokes a lot of impressionable minds to go out here and do violence. On a psychological level, it plays on the minds of the youth. Do you understand? They're casting spells on people. They're literally setting people up for death. It's one thing that all of these rappers have in common who are dying early. And that's the fact that every last one of these rappers speak about death a whole lot in their songs. A whole lot. They conjure up a certain energy. And the same thing continues to happen. Now, I'm going to go to King Von's lyrics. He was talking about busting people's head, bending the corners, shooting the chopper, laying somebody down, killing them. Everything you put out is going to come back around on you. Everything this man said and did ultimately came back. And I'm not saying that to make the family feel ashamed or make the family more upset or offend anybody. Listen, anybody who has lost somebody young in their family, my heart goes out to you, because I was one of those young brothers who rapped like this. The Most High could have took my life. And I'm sure that if you look at it, you wish that that young man didn't rap about stuff like that. You wish that this young man took a different course. I know if that brother was using his talents to do something else rather than this, I know that the families of this young man would be better off right now. They wouldn't be mourning their son, their nephew, their brother, their cousin. If he changed the narrative before it was too late. So this message is for other young brothers that may get caught up in this, because this industry is collecting souls. It's collecting souls. Now, let me go to a verse here. Proverbs 18 verse 21. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. What you say dictates whether you live or whether you die. What you say, what comes out of your mouth, every word that proceeded out of your mouth, you got to be judged for. Do you understand that? And the Most High he is lifting his grace. The judgment is coming to our people first. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Do you realize that what you say out of your mouth will create an atmosphere? If you speak in life into existence, positive affirmations, these things will manifest in the physical realm. If you on demon time and you talking about killing your young brother, your brothers, your sisters, you talking about bending corners and shooting guns and busting heads. Not only are you going to cause others to error and do the same thing, but it's going to come back around on you full circle. Full circle. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good, to use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Let no corrupt communication come out of your mouth. You want to minister to those who can hear. For those who can hear, when you put out music, right? You can't make music to try to target an audience. When you make music, it got to come from your soul. It got to come from your spirit. It got to be 100% a reflection of yourself, who you really are. Beyond all your homies, beyond the jewelry, behind all these people who may be surrounding you, your music got to be a reflection of your very essence, your soul, what's in you. When you was a child, the dreams you had of being a rapper, that got to come out. And, you know, I made it my business to change the narrative of my music years ago. Listen, I went to jail behind my music. You understand? I sat there and read the cell walls where the cell wall said, I'm never coming home, and I'm 18 years old. I had OGs tell me that I was too smart to be there. I had OGs tell me that I'm supposed to be trying to live my life like the Huxtables, that I'm supposed to live like the Cosbys. What got you here? And at the time, I was an underground artist. I was rapping in DC. All my lyrics was violent. I had a lot of anger. And I was blessed to have a good public defender who wanted to start her own law firm. Shout out to Gail Saccarelli. I was blessed to get out of that situation and have that total record thrown away because I was just a troubled young man. So when I speak, I'm really looking at this like, you know what? I don't want to see nobody go through this. I don't want to see nobody's life ended early. I don't want to see that happen to nobody. You know, let's continue. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 18. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The tongue of the wise is health. The tongue of the wise is health. Meaning if you speak in knowledge, truth, is health. It's rejuvenating. We need our people to be rejuvenated. You understand? Now, we got to dig a little bit deeper. We're talking about how the music industry continues to devour souls, right? First and foremost, you got to understand who runs the music industry. Who's on top of the music industry? Now we're about to dig a little bit deeper. Satan is at the helm. Do you understand that? Satan is the one who controls this music industry. And when you research what Satan was in the heavenly realm, the Bible tells you exactly who he was and what his responsibility was in regards to music, and how he still transforms into an angel of light here on this earth to give you this beautiful, chaotic music. Because that's what it is. It's beautiful chaos. That's why you hear a lot of these rappers and they're melodic. They're melodic in their delivery, but it's chaotic. And it's about death. And it's about anarchy. But it's melodic. It has harmony. Where do you think they get all these sounds from? All these different ideas from? Let's go into some verses here. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about who Lucifer is and how he utilizes music, right? We're going to Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 13. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of the Most High. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, the diamonds, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy timbrels and of thy pipes was prepared in the day of thy was created. So not only was Satan a beautiful angel, he was decked out with all kind of rubies, all kind of chains, all kind of stones. He was flossing. He was blinging. You hear me? But he also had pipes and instruments in his body. He actually had instruments inside of his body. Why do you think these musicians giving reference to Lucifer? A lot of the songs that they singing, you think they singing about women when they singing about Lucifer. A lot of y'all don't even know that. Why they throwing up the 666? Why they covering one eye? Because this is the God they're serving. Lucifer. That's why you got a rapper named Little Uzi Vert. You put Lil Uzi Vert together, it says Lucifer. This is who they serve. Satan was in charge of playing music in the heavenly realm. Let's go there. Let me get you the verses. Watch this. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore, I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of the Most High, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones first. So Satan was using the music in heaven to actually manipulate people. It was so beautiful. He was using it to corrupt the angels. He was using it to cause war in the heavens, to cause violence. So the Most High casted him out. So what this shows you is two things. His music was powerful enough to even brainwash the angelic beings. And also it shows you that the Most High God got his own music for the kingdom, because he would have never cast Satan, jealous, envious, reptilian self out of the heavens. It would have never happened if he didn't have his own music. You understand? Watch this. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 11. All your pomp has been brought down to the grave, along with the noise of your harps. Maggots are spread out beneath you, and worms cover you. Come on now. By the way, that verse right there is in a New International Version. The rest of them was KJV. The Most High casted them out to create this savage destruction, chaotic music that's keeping the souls unlocked. Because at first he was making beautiful music, and now he's fallen to make this corruption. It's the facts, y'all. Watch this. 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into the heavens, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. So Satan's whole purpose is to try to be like the Most High. He's jealous of the Most High. He's envious. He can never be the Most High, but he wants to be like the Most High. The Most High is about building. Satan is about destroying. You understand? The Most High is about life. Satan is about destroying. This industry right here, this music industry, is total corruption, man. And Satan manipulates these artists so bad. They actually think that they made it. They actually think that they made it, only to find out that they didn't sacrifice their souls. They didn't sacrifice everything. Look, they can't even look themselves in the mirror and understand who they are. They don't even see themselves no more. They done did all of that for likes. Half of the time, their likes is fake. Half of the time, their views is fake. This system just set up an algorithm for them, and they're just doing it for vanity. and then they got to die early. There's so many people who sitting up in these funerals, crying the river, passing out over the casket, screaming, talking about how they were such a good boy, talking about, oh, not my baby, why did he die so young? Knowing damn well that your baby was on demon time. Your baby was on demon time. He told you he was a devil. He was a demon. Oh, I'm a demon. I'm a drill. I'm a clap on everything. Rob and murder. Oh, I promote violence? Yeah, I promote violence. I don't give a blank. It is what it is. And then when that energy come around full circle, we want to act like our babies ain't the ones that's obstructing the community. What's also interesting is that the young brother Vaughn knew of the Lord repentance as well as meditation when he was locked up for years. It basically changed him, but the tongue is a powerful tool, though. Well, let me explain something to you. If the Lord changed him, the words that comes out of his mouth would have changed. Listen, when the Most High changed you, everything you say changes. You speak different. You're not gonna be, and that's the thing. We gotta start holding people accountable for what they say. That's the whole purpose. A person can say they saved all day. They got the Lord in their life. They can say all of that all day long. But until the words change, until their mannerisms change, until their actions change, we gotta be held accountable. The Most High is not playing with us. The Most High God is not playing with us, y'all. We can't continue to promote this death culture. We can't continue to rap about violence because that's what's going to be popular. Let me explain something to you, young brothers who are talented, because a lot of these dudes got talent. A lot of these brothers, they know what they're doing. They're artists. If you rap who you are, because music ultimately is a reflection of self. Music ultimately is something that is a lot of the times very introspective. So when you hear somebody rapping about violence, that's a part of them. That's a part of them. They can't formulate those lyrics of violence and death unless it's a part of them. You understand that? Even if they're not actively doing it, it's an energy that they want to put out. It's something that they want to do, or it's something that they have done, and they're not repentant of it. So we got to really hold them to the torch, man. They dying too young. Way too young, man. Way too young. And most of the time it's about vanity. It's about having a nice cars. They show you the music videos. This is how they really lure you in. They understand how visual brothers and sisters are. So what they show you on the TV, they show you the champagne bottles popping. Boom. They show you the women, the pretty girls. They show you all these cars, all this jewelry, and this is how they collect your soul. Because you looking at it and you like, damn, what have I done wrong in life? You start looking at yourself like, damn, what have I done wrong in life where I ain't got all this? And what is it going to take for me to get all this? This is how he lower you in. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So when you begin loving this world, when you begin having that spirit of covetousness, that's Satan's entry point. That's how he works. He'll take you to the highest building. He'll take you to the high rise, and he'll tell you to look at the city. This is how these demons work. He'll be like, look at the city. You see all of that? Look at all the cars. Look at all the lights. All this can be yours. Only thing you got to do is sign your name on this dotted line right here. That's all you got to do. Sign your name on this dotted line, and the music that got you a buzz, you keep it up. But look, I want you to read that contract. The fine print is, if we want to promote something, we're going to do it. Also, look, this only going to last but a short time. This only going to be, let me put this out there. Let me educate y'all on something. There's so many artists that's out there who have signed record labels that's never going to come out. You're never even going to hear of them. There are artists who signed their name in blood that never even made it mainstream, who have already died or been tormented by spirits. There's already artists out there who ain't even get the limelight, and they sold their soul for little to nothing, just being in close proximity to the industry. Knowing somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. That's how demonic this music industry is. Don't think for a second that these entertainers don't watch us YouTubers. Don't think for a second that they not watching other people. Don't think for a second that some of these celebrities ain't watching y'all on Instagram. Yeah. They're going to try to reach out and put their demonic energy on anybody they can. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. When they get involved in that industry, they get a legion of demons connected to them. They become very detrimental to everybody that they surrounded by. So while all of a sudden you see all these artists being very personable, all these artists getting on social media, all these artists getting on Instagram, going live and camming up with y'all, all of a sudden they doing that for a reason. They doing it because they need your energy. They need the energy of the righteous. Before, they wouldn't even give your ass a damn autograph. They was nowhere to be found. Now that they're running out of time, now that Satan is beginning to judge these celebrities, these rappers, these entertainers, now they want to get in close proximity of the general public who haven't sold out, to get some similitude of earnest, to get some similitude of being normal, because they're not normal. I don't give a damn how good of a personality you got. I don't care how nice you come off. I don't care how articulate and well-spoken you are with the people. Behind closed doors, a lot of these celebrities are dabbling in witchcraft and sorcery. A lot of these celebrities are sacrificing people. Let's just be straight up. A lot of them are willing to go through humiliation rituals. They're willing to go through humiliation rituals because Satan got them by the balls. Satan got his hands around their neck, man. They can't do nothing. Anytime a little bit of the truth come out of them, they get whipped right back into place. Trust and believe. I know some rappers, right? I know some rappers firsthand. Not gonna say no names. Not gonna say no names. I know some rappers firsthand who are older rappers who know the truth. Like, they literally watch these channels. They know the truth. They understand what's happening. But every time their album comes out, they're still rapping about bang, bang, kill, kill, shoot them up. They gonna die. She gonna die. He gonna die. And they know the damn truth. That's because they cannot go outside of that oath. It's an oath. And you know what the scriptures say? You can't serve two masters. You cannot serve two masters. It has to come a time where brothers repent. Repent for all the countless souls that you led to hell through your damn music. It's time to change the narrative of your music. How can you know the truth? How could you even speak the truth out of your mouth? And then the most powerful frequency that's translated in your music is a death frequency. Because music is a strong energy. As we showed earlier in the scriptures, for those who just joined in the chat, we went through the scriptures to show how Satan was in charge of music. How Satan has pipes and instruments and cherubims within his very makeup. And how the people in the industry worship this deity known as Satan. James chapter 4 verse 7. Submit yourselves thereof to the Most High. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Submit yourself to the Most High. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Look, ultimately, the devil is a coward. The devil is a coward. When he see you stand up boldly like a lion, I don't care if you in that music industry. If you're willing to lose everything for this truth, I'm telling you right now, the Most High got you. And Satan, he's going to flee. He's going to flee. He's going to be afraid because he's like, oh, man, what gave him this energy? It's just like the bully. It's just like the bully, and all of a sudden you muscle bound and you taller than them. They done stayed the same damn height, but you done got taller and stronger. You come back in the 9th grade, now they ain't so bold. That's Satan. When you build that spiritual fortitude up and come back with that powerful music, yeah, they might shadow ban it. No question. You'll be better than every rapper out there. Every single rapper out there, you'll be having music for the Most High, and it'll be better than all their music. But guess what? Satan still controls the platforms. They still control the platform. So guess what? Instead of 2 million people watching your video, hearing your song, guess what? You bringing life to 2,000 people. 2,000 real people who need that life. 2,000 people with real spirits, real souls, real thoughts, a real conscience, not 2 million bots. But 2,000 people is a lot of people. You put 2,000 people in one room in a Coliseum right now. You look at how many people 2,000 people are. See, we got into the spirit of vanity. We want these huge numbers and all of that. We want millions of views and all. Listen, these are real people we dealing with. It's about impact. Because guess what? It's 1,000 people in this chat right now, right? I got 467 likes because only 467 people understand what I'm saying. That's why. And the other people, they just don't want to support the truth. And that's the point. It's not about numbers. It's about the people you really have an impact on through your music. Through your music, impact. Because guess what? This awakening is not for everybody. This awakening is not for everybody. That's not what makes this awakening great. What makes this awakening great is the people that the Most High is choosing to wake up. That's what makes it great. Social engineering to turn black man to baby and the crib women back. Black kings unite with the Most High. True that. And it's interesting you brung that out about turn black men into baby. Look at these rappers' names. Little this, baby that, the baby this, little baby. You ever wondered why they always naming these dudes babies and little and young? Because they never want you to be a man. That's why. They never want you to be a man. They want you to be conditioned to be reliant. What does a baby do? A baby relies on somebody to provide for them. A baby is somebody who can't think for themselves, right? Somebody who is little and young, right? That's somebody who can't think for themselves. They can't formulate their own thoughts. They need somebody to guide them. They need somebody to lead them. These rappers are slaves. And the chain around their neck, that's a damn noose. That gold chain around their neck with that Jesus piece of Roman Catholic Jesus, also known as Satan, on their neck, that's the signal of their slavery. That's a symbol of their slavery. We're not supporting this garbage music no more because there's too many young brothers dying because of this music. There's too many of these young brothers dying early because of this satanic music that's going out. When people hearing this, man, it's hypnotizing them. It's brainwashing them. Watch this. Colossians chapter 3, verse 16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another, in psalms, in hymns, in spiritual songs, singing with grace in your heart to the Lord. You hear that? With singing, with grace, with spiritual songs, singing with grace in your heart to the Lord. We need that music. We need that music. Singing with grace to the Lord. Spiritual music. That's what's going to rise the people up. Do you know the impact that music has had on people over time? Do you know the musical impact that's happened? You got to think about it. Look at what we have now. Drill, drill. Demon time. Yeah, I'm on my demon. What's up? Yeah, I'm finna lay you in the grave, nigga. Bust your head. Running around with the chopper. Chopper go blow. Hit him in the head, legs, arm, feet. Yeah, shooting everything on the block, right? Now look, every year, we can't even say every year, every 2 months, if that, every 2 months, you got another dead rapper. Every 2 months. Everybody got to be a thug. Everybody got to be a goon. Everybody got to be about their life. Everybody got to be a gangster. Until you sitting in that jail cell. Yeah, until you sitting up in that jail cell and it smells like dried up funk in there. And you got to be next to another man while he's doing number 2 in the toilet. Or you in one cell and you can hear his man screaming from the next cell. It's all sweet until you land in your cell in a room no bigger than a cardboard box. And in the next cell, you hearing a grown man screaming like a woman. Grown man in the next cell screaming like he giving birth. Or the lights keep going on in the middle of the night while you trying to sleep. Everything is sweet until you in that situation. Everything is sweet until you in front of a judge that can determine your fate. Even the young brother who shot King Von was only 22 years old. 22 years old. Guess what? He's going to be in jail for his whole life. His whole life at 22. Because he was trying to build clout. Over an argument. Over an argument. People are not even dying over money no more. People are not even dying over women no more. You got these brothers, man, that are dying for little to nothing. They're dying over tweets. They're dying over tweets. They're dying over something that somebody done posted online. They're dying over little to nothing, over arguments. Things that could be easily solved. When are we going to start valuing life? When? I'm telling you, bro. Watch this. Matthew chapter 12, verse 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Every idle word that a man shall speak will be held accountable in the day of judgment. So if all the words that proceed out of your mouth is promoting violence, death, chaos, shooting up somebody's block, killing the next man, every single word you're going to be held accountable for. King Von included. Every word he said, he already faced his day of judgment, his day of reckoning. We got to stop acting like everybody going to heaven. We got to stop acting like that. I know that we're empathetic. I know that we are Christians and we're loving people, but we got to get out of this fairy tale way of believing. The Most High God said, if you love me, keep thy commandments. We got to get out of this fairy tale mentality. Listen, if you promote death your whole life, if you out here robbing people, if you killing people, if you a rapist, if you assaulting women, if you a child molester, if you out here just doing whatever, fornicating, if you a whoremonger, if you a gossiper, if you somebody who uses your mouth to cause drama all around you and you feed off chaos and you cause households to be divided, you cause people to battle and fight and war against each other. On your day of judgment, the Most High is going to help hold you accountable for every single word that came out of your mouth. That's why you got to repent and stop it. And you're every day, you walking around like a perfect angel, but you online scoffing, trolling, disrespecting, and all kinds of evil online. You still going to be held accountable. The Most High God see everything. He sees everything, man. The reason why these young brothers are dying, because he understands their heart and souls. He understands what's coming out of their mouths. I'm telling you. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 18. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. We went through that scripture, but pay attention to the first part. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword. Words cut. Words can penetrate. Words are real. Watch this. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. See? Those who know how to control their mouth, those who are not always reactionary, even when somebody quote unquote beefing with you, and it's to you young brothers, even if you're not the one who's wrong, and they may feel like, look, I want to knock him off his pivot because I deserve that spot he got. If you a young brother, look, the Bible says whoever keepeth his mouth and keepeth his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. So although you may not even be the one in the wrong, you may be just trying to set one of these rappers straight, right? You may be just trying to put one of these rappers in a pocket because they coming at you sideways. You got to know when to hold them and fold them. You got to know when to bridle your tongue. You got to know when to keep your mouth closed. You know, we are acting like this the animal kingdom. Sometimes you got to let the Most High fight your battles because you want to keep yourself from troubles, man. Right now, you got NBA Youngboy and his crew, King Von, and Die, and they still fueling the fire. They're fanning the fire. So even in this man's death, it's more chaos going on. I'm telling you, man. These scriptures are 100%. This is what it is, man. Let's go to James. James chapter 3, verse 1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and also to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits on the horse's mouth, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. So you got to embody the spirit of meekness and humility, humbleness. Because even people are going to be offended when you're not saying certain words. You're going to have people who are offended regardless, even if you're not targeting them. Let me tell you something. A hurt dog hollers the loudest. I can make a video about wicked Jezebels, right? And only wicked Jezebels would be disturbed about the video. I can make a video about worthless thugs who want to block destroying the hood, breaking into stores and destroying everything, and dudes who are just worthless. I could talk about them, and only those brothers will holler. So you got to keep that in mind, that this is a battle between real and fake, man. Truth and lies. People who have the greater good in their hearts, and people who want to see death and calamity, and don't want to see nobody make it, and don't want to see nobody do nothing. Now, mind you, that industry is absolutely demonic and satanic. But as another man watching somebody have success, let them have their piece of the pie. The Bible tells us not to envy the wicked. Let them have what they sold their soul for, because they're the ones who are going to answer for it. You don't go and try to end their life. You know, I remember when rappers would come to the city and brothers would be plotting. I'm talking about straight up plotting. Like, oh yeah, when he get here, we're going to rob that dude. Yeah, it's going to go down. When he get around this street, oh, I bet you he won't drive down this block. Oh, who coming into town? Oh, I bet he won't make it. Nah, look, get all of that out of there. You don't envy the wicked. They done took their piece of the pie. And yeah, they probably done did a lot of slimy, grimy, treacherous acts to remain successful in the industry. Trust and believe, if you're a rapper who remains successful, if you your 50 Cents, if you your rappers who done stayed on top real long, trust and believe that they done did some grimy stuff to people. They done snitched on people. They done got people's households messed up. They done got people clapped. They done got people murked. They done got people's heads knocked off, the whole nine. They done did something very grimy to stay in that position. So they're going to have a lot of people who hate them. And that goes on the male and female side. Better believe Beyonce done some witchcraft on some other sisters. Better believe Beyonce than sacrifice something and done something to some women out here. Better believe that. Better believe that Beyonce done casted spells on other sisters out of jealousy. You think because they're famous, they ain't jealous. No, listen, these famous people are jealous of y'all. They jealous of y'all. You know why? Because y'all can get up every day, look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? I'm still here. You know what? I got to go to this dumb job every day. I'm tired. My feet hurt. But you know what? I get the weekend off. And I got my soul. At least I got my soul. I got to go through organized mobbing at work. I'm getting harassed at my job. I got to go through systematic racism at work. I got to go through all of this. But at the end of the day, I got peace of mind because the Most High is with me. I got everything I want, everything I need. I haven't compromised myself. I haven't been caught up in no compromising positions. I ain't been behind no closed doors. Look, there's a video that my brother Woodrow put me on, former member of Drew Hill. We was having this conversation. There's a video he put me on to. It was a documentary that came out some time ago, and it was a sister, right? She wanted to be a part of the industry. So it shows her enter the office. She walks down a long hallway. She enters into the office, and they say, look, you're not that talented. You really can't dance. You're not even all that attractive. You can't sing that good. But you know what? We can use you. Because if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, there's people twice as more talented than these artists that get on. If you go to Barbados, there's women out there who can sing 10 times better than Rihanna. Understand that. So it's not about what, you know, your talent. It's about what you do. So anyway, the sister walks into the office and they're like, look, you're not all that talented, but we can use you. So it's like, okay, what I got to do? Then they show some old white male, and he's standing there, and he's looking all freaky and perverted and whatnot. And then it shows the next scene, and she's looking all disgusted. She did what she did. She looks withdrawn. She looks dissociated. And the next thing you know, you see 5, 6 other ones standing around her, surrounding her. Because guess what? Whatever they got to do to get in that door, they got to keep doing it to stay successful. Why else you think you see Nicki Minaj walking down the award show with the Pope on her arm? Why else you think you see Lady Gaga with meat all over her face, dressed in meat? I'm telling you, everything they got to do the most humiliating rituals. They got to be completely humiliated. We talking bodily fluids. We talking shipped off to Dubai, because that's where it goes down a lot of the times. They get shipped off to Dubai, where these men who are very wealthy men, they have certain needs and wants that they want fulfilled. And these women they're always talking about getting flued out. Oh yeah, it's all about getting flued out. Yeah. You go deal with the real live, real monsters who want to break women's legs and do hostels and all them type of things. If you've seen the movie Hostel, that's what kind of stuff they into. And some of these celebrities, they've been there. They've been to these sex islands. They've seen all the perversion. You think because they articulate and all of a sudden they getting on Instagram Live with you, you think they ain't doing nothing. Who the hell sits on Instagram Live with sunglasses on? Why they can't look at y'all face to face? Because they got demons all over them from what they done did. Demons all over them. And this is how they continue to collect souls, through secrecy. They do all these horrendous acts behind closed doors to harness power. It's straight up occultism. It's witchcraft. They harness all this power, and then when you see them, to you, they're glowing for some reason. They're glowing. You look at them, you're like, damn, I want to be like them. They glowing, they shining. That's because they've been doing witchcraft. That's because those are demons. That is Satan appearing like an angel of light, like the scriptures say. Satan will appear like an angel of light. And that's what these celebrities do. That's why when they do donations, when they help the poor, they always got to publicize it. Yeah, we doing this for the children. We doing it. We donated this amount of money to this organization. We donated that. Listen, total hypocrisy. If you're going to donate to somebody, why tell the world? We already know it's a tax write-off for y'all. That's just like me going down the street right now on live and giving homeless people money and like, look, y'all, I'm giving homeless people money. Look at me. Why do these celebrities gotta tell you that they giving to somebody? It's fake. If you're gonna give to somebody, give out of your heart, man. Don't be no hypocrite. Then you had Drake. He came out with that song, God's Plan. In the video, he giving away stuff. God's plan, showing himself as a God. Because they truly think they're gods. Until they find out that they get hit with that untimely death. When Satan coming to get what you gave him. Snoop Dogg showed you that he sold his soul. Yeah, Drake is a total demon. The name Drake himself means serpent or dragon. The word Drake means serpent or dragon. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Facts. Facts. You cannot serve God and mammon. You got to make a choice, man. All you young brothers out there, all you rappers, all you entertainers, listen, as I said at the beginning of this video, man, I'm a brother who I was all the way in, man. I was at the point where I was ready to sign. I was ready to sign, man. The Most High got me out of that. The Most High put me in positions where it couldn't happen for me.